Hey guys, today we're looking back at Mordheim. Now, you can obviously see I've painted a lot and I've got a bunch done, but we're going to quickly walk you through what happened since my last video. Now, if you look, I spray painted all these. You'll notice the cardboard underneath. Oh, actually, that's floor, sorry. Oh, that's table. You can still see the cardboard in this area. Spray paint didn't hit everything. That's completely fine. I also did a layer of Mod Podge across everything. I used up pretty much all my Mod Podge on this. Even then, some of these bricks, did melt. Like that one. But as a whole, it turned out well. Now, the flooring here, I actually did, I put in very little effort, which is perfect for Mordheim. What I did was, I mixed black paint, a bit of random, this dirt stone stuff I got from, it's like planter filler. And I mixed that with just Mod Podge and black paint. And I made a sludge or a slurry, and I just spread it across. And I did the same over here, but here I actually painted everything. So you can already see, so I did, largely it was a layer of gray, black wash, dry brush of gray again. For metals, I did bronze, black wash, and then a bit of patina, specifically Nihilak oxide. And I have more. Let me see if I can. You can kind of see one right here. I also glued these little icon things up against the wall, kind of like a decoration. And here's the wood. But anyway, so that's kind of just general working on it, how it's gone. I'm going to show you specifically what I've been working on lately. So first of all, this is my warband so far. Now, we've got, give me 1 sec, actually, I'm going to adjust this. Alright, so, right here is kind of where I managed to be able to set this without having to hold my phone. So, we have, I'm playing Trantios, which are like, essentially Tylean or Estalian mercenaries. I've got 4 duelists. This is 1. This is 2. Actually, I'll show you that one no, I will show you that one now. I actually kit bash these guys. Now, most of these are base models from the militia kit. I think actually that left arm is not the one our right has left. I think that's from peasants, the peasant levy or something from Fireforge. This left arm is from the old Empire state troops, the good ones, not the ones they decided to re-release. The head and the hat are both base militia. I actually clipped this hat off of here. This one of these heads that I had spare. I slapped it on one of the other. Let me find it. Let me see. I can't see any other models. Actually, this guy's got it. Quickly show you this head with the hat. So that's how I got that. Then we've got this guy here. Now here's the issue. They didn't have enough guys with feathers in their hats, so I actually took a hat from an elf kit from Fireforge, from an elf kit from Fireforge. I clipped it off and I glued it onto this hat, which does come with the state or the militia. So that's another duelist. I'll chuck them all over there actually for you. And then this is my favorite one. I really heavily kit bashed this guy. I took one of the hands with gloves and cut the glove off, and the weapon it was holding, you can see it's kind of flat there, and cut off the hand for this arm, which was a, I believe, conquistador arm, and I glued them together, and then I gave him the normal right arm. The head is a pirate head from the state militia outfit, and the hat I took from, I believe, Empire state troops, or from, no, I think it was the Empire great swords. But yeah, so I made this kind of pirate-looking guy. Speaking of, I will show you my gunners for now. So, I've got 2 pistoliers. This one I was kind of going for a cowboy kind of look. I actually took a Ash Waste Nomad kit a long time ago. I haven't ever used it. I bought it because I thought they looked cool, never used it. So I clipped off all the sci-fi bits and turned it into this. Now, I didn't use all of them because a lot of them were impossible to convert, but the ones that I could end up getting converted. This one actually had a big bit. I had to clip away from the belly, so I slapped a shield on there from my, I believe, conquistadors. And yeah, it worked out pretty well. Actually, that's the pirate head that I got, and this one I actually put a skull on it. But yeah, and a hand, obviously, on the belly plate. Let's see. I also have this guy. This is one of my champions. Now, none of these are varnished yet. I still have to varnish them, but yeah. I took Bretonnian heads for these guys, by the way. Bretonnian heads, the Conquistador shields, and the rest is Empire Militia, except for the body, which is an Ash Waste Nomad. So that's one of my champions. I have 4 young bloods here. We got this guy here. I want to make them colorful because my lore for my young bloods are that they're a bunch of noble, like, third sons who aren't going to inherit. So this is what we've got. So they're wealthy enough for their own special outfits, but they really aren't powerful enough to do anything wherever they are. So they came to Mordheim to become, heroes or something. Which is why they're also the only ones with golden hilts on their daggers, because they're the only ones that could afford it. I have my champions. Actually, you know what? I don't have a champion over here. Let me find the champion with it. I believe I can't actually see it. You know what? We'll worry about that later. The important part is I have a champion. They use wooden ones instead. Now this is another pistolier. Again, Ash Waste Nomad body. Mostly unchanged. I think I might have gotten rid of 1 or 2 things, but not a whole lot. The arm is great swords. This is State Militia head. And as always, magnetized bottom. But yeah. Let's see. I have some crossbowmen. They have Pavases. I'm showing you all this. I'm thinking I already showed you these guys. I'm fairly sure. But yeah, I'll show you them more later on. I do have my champion started. This is where he's at right now. He's a heavily kit bash model. So his legs are from the Chaos Marauders, the old world ones. His body is from the Great Swords. His head is from the late Danes and Huskarls from Victrix. His left arm and right arm are both from the Empire State Militia, but I cut off the sword. The original sword looks like this. It's a cutlass, but I don't like it. So I took the leftovers of another sword and threw that on there and gave him a Conquistador shield. I'm going through this. I'm fairly sure I already showed off my warband. I'm not sure. This is another guy. You can see this is one of the things I couldn't clip off. It's just too integral to that body part. So I made it look like a cask or something, because he's got a cask right here. And he's kind of the ale master of the group. Now, I have to keep working on that, but I do have some other stuff just out of view. Let me grab them. So, obviously, it's more time. You need some things, some objectives. So I got 2 treasure chests here. These came from the Ogre scrap launcher. And I just, I painted one to be metal with gold. The other is black metal or something with gold. And they're just good little objective markers. I'll set those aside. I started this. I still haven't painted it all yet. This is what I'm at for this. I'm going to darken that cow a bit, add some black spots and stuff. But for now, it's a cooking cow for food. Let's see. I've got... Oh, actually, another quick thing. While I might have shown off my warband, I really love Mordheim because you can always just keep adding to your warband. I built this guy to be some kind of duelist or swordsman. I gave him a Bretonnian shield. I clipped off the fleur-de-lis. I gave him a Conquistador head. This right arm is a Bretonnian Knights of the Realm Knights of the Realm on foot, just like the shield is. Knights of the Realm on foot. The left arm, I think, was actually just a normal Knights of the Realm arm that I had to clip because it just doesn't fit. But that's fine. No one's going to see that anyway. The body is a dwarf one from Fireforge, and the legs are from a Chaos Blood Reaver. And yeah, I kind of gave him a heavily armored kind of look. So he's going to be he's either going to be a swordsman or another champion. This guy's definitely a champion. I took the shield from the Ogre, what is it called? The Ogre scrap launcher and all that. Another one, the belly plate hide that I had to clip a bunch away. But again, another Ash Waste Nomad. He's got a sword, and I actually think this is a Bretonnian head. I do not actually know where I got it. I like it, though. But yeah, again, don't know where I got it. I'm fairly sure Bretonnians. I have one more. Oh, this guy. Bretonnian head for sure. Empire State Militia arm with the sword. The body is Berber infantry, and the left arm is actually from Reptilian Overlords, their militia kit. I 3D printed this a long time ago when my printer was still working. I actually printed both of these for a project before, but then I lost this body, so I never got to finish that Berber. And I lost this arm on a guy that I kind of gave up on. I have the rest of him. This is more 3D printed. You can actually see probably. Oh no, I can't really show you. Is there any of this? Oh, you can kind of see there. It's clear resin. But yeah, it was actually clear blue. But anyway, I 3D printed these guys. Kind of didn't like them. Ended up throwing them to the side. Found them a little while ago while I was making my Mordheim warband, so I took this bit off because I really like the idea of a looter. So I have that, and that's kind of where we're at. Oh, almost forgot my favorite part. So I've got more objective markers and some other stuff. Here is a little goblin stuck in a little cage, and he's gonna be for we're gonna homebrew a few objectives. Some are gonna be like, loot the other guy's, loot, like steal the other guy's loot, or capture the goblin, which, we don't know why you'll want to capture the goblin, but we will. It'll just be the objective for the game. Maybe it's got information. Now, my buddy is running a warband of mercenaries or Bretonnian brigands, and he's hiring a necromancer. And we were going to actually let him spend the money, or the gold at least, on skeletons, and he can summon them when within range of some tombstones. So these are the ones I made. Now, these are very simple. I took some 3D printed mushrooms and just chucked them on the base. The rest is dirt. The gravestone is actually a chunk of cardstock that I clipped to it, so it's kind of chipped and broken. And then there's a skull from the Citadel Skulls kit that I glued onto there. So whenever he's within a range of one of these markers, he can summon skeletons. I've got a few. This one here has a vulture from the Giant kit. I'm really trying to use every single bit that kit has. Here's another one. These two are just normal. These are just mushrooms, skull, same thing. Just different cuts in the gravestone to show it's busted up and broken. And what I did was I painted these in Mechanicus Standard Gray. Did some highlights with Administratum Gray. Black wash with Nuln Oil. It wasn't actually Nuln Oil. It's my own black wash, but the easiest to understand that way. And then, actually that was it. These are a bone color with red caps. Dried bark, or I believe it's called dark chocolate or something from the dollar store company that I bought the paint from. This is Administratum Gray or Dolphin Gray. Dolphin Gray from, I can't remember what the company is called. I want to say Art something. Anyway, the final objective pieces, because we've got gold, and I've also got a bunch of other chests, though I may make more gold, but is Wordstone. Now these I made from a long time ago. I got the zombie dragon in Terror or Terrorgeist, right? And these were some stones that I think vampires could ride, could be walking on. But either way, I clipped them up, made a bunch of little. I actually have to paint more brown on that. I'll set that aside on this side, so I got to paint it. But anyway, this one. So actually, I'll show you that one last. And there's this one. So I could form a solid 4 out of what I had. Problem was I kind of wanted a bit more. I ended up only getting 5, unfortunately. But this is what I got. Now, I was out of those stones over there, and all from that kit. So I actually got these 2 little foot stones that you're supposed to be standing on, tactical rocks, people call them, from the Dark Oath. And then I clipped up some sprue and chucked it right in the center there. And that just, what I did was I painted these in a dark green. Then I heavily thinned moot green. And then did 3 layers of that. So that way you can still see the dark underneath. But it's, there's the highlights. And I did a final pass over with, Tesseract Glow. And that's how I got these to look the way they do. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. I will say this. I did get a kit of the Dwarven miners, and they came with cool bits like this. And, where'd it go? I'm currently working on one of these. I clipped off the attachments for the horse so I can just have something like place this in the middle field. You have to move it, kind of thing, maybe an objective or something. But either way, working on stuff like this. And yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting at. We got objective markers relatively sorted. Terrain's pretty good, and I'm just painting through it. Like this was I showed it a while ago. The lectern. Now, fun fact: that arrow broke. I actually had to put a bunch of super glue and baking soda on that, but it's all good now. This is the start of this chaos icon. I'm not sure if I showed this guy off. I took this. This is just the giant kit again, trying to use up every single bit. This is what I got here. I actually took, so the scrap launcher, because I tore it apart and didn't actually build either a scrap launcher or an iron blaster, I took the scrap launcher's ammo and made just this pile. And it could just be, an objective marker you gotta loot kind of thing. Or maybe just for 40k an objective marker. Got 2 prison things. These have not been painted at all. In fact, I didn't even spray paint that properly. But that's fine. I'll probably spray paint that later. I'll check that over there. And honestly, that's kind of it. There's not a whole lot else that I've really worked on. Like, I got these right here. You can fit all the the tombs, not the tombstones, the caskets onto this cart. That's kind of it. Yeah, that's everything I got to show you. Hope you enjoy. Have a good day, and please subscribe if it wouldn't be too much trouble.